Hello and thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation on leveraging English learner assets and building the strong homes and school connections. As an educator, it's important to recognize that the English learners bring the valuable cultural experiences, languages, perspectives, and strength into the classrooms. Through the cultural, responsive teachings and strong family partnerships, educators can create an inclusive learning environment that supports both academic achievement and language development for all students. Cultural influence on teachings and learnings. Cultures play an important role in how the student learn, communicate, participate, and interact with in the classroom. Students from the different cultural backgrounds may have a different learning style, communications, pattern, and expectation about the schools and the teacher relationship. Some students may feel comfortable, participate in discussion, while the other may show respect by the listening quietly. Understanding these differences help the teachers create the supportive and respectful learning environments. Cultural competence and EL instruction. Cultural competence is the ability to understand, respect, and respond effectively to the students from the different culture and linguistic background. As an educator, it is important to recognize that the students bring the different experience, traditions, beliefs, and communicate style into the classroom. When the teachers take the time to learn about the students' culture and backgrounds, they can build a strong relationship and create a more meaningful instructions. For the English learners, culture competence support both language development and academic success. One important strategy is using the cultural relevant instruction. For example, teacher can include multicultural literature, cultural relevant example, and classroom discussion that reflect the students' background and experiences. A teacher can also encourage the student to use their home language as a support during the learning activities. When the students feel respected and represented in the classrooms, they are more likely to participate communication confidently and engage in the learning. Integrating cultural value and beliefs. A teacher can integrate a student's cultural value and the beliefs by allowing the student opportunity to share their personal experience, traditions, and perspective during the classroom activity and discussions. For example, a student may complete the writing assignment about the family celebration, important traditions, or cultural experience from the home countries. This activity helps the students connect the classroom learning to their own lives while they strengthen the language development. Another important strategy is viewing bilingualism as an asset rather than defect. Allowing the students to use their home language when appropriated can support their comprehension and build their confidence. A teacher can also include the bilingual book, multilingual classrooms labels, and cultural diverse material to help the students feel included and valued within the classroom's environment. When the students see their identity and cultures represented in the instruction, they develop a strong sense of the belongs and engagement in the learning. Inclusive learning environments. School and classrooms environments play an important role in a language acquisitions and student success. English learners are more likely to participate and take academic risk when they feel safe, welcome, and emotionally supported. A teacher can create inclusive classrooms by building the positive relationship and establish a respectful classrooms culture. It's also important to use the instructional support such as visual, graphic organizer, and modelings and sentence frames to help the students better understand the academic content. For example, teacher may use the picture vocabulary chart and demonstrate examples to make the lessons more understandable for the English learners. A small group instruction and cooperative learning activity also provide the students with the opportunity to participate speaking and listening skill in a supportive settings. And inclusive classrooms should also reflect the students' culture and language through the book, poster, and then class materials. And when the students feel included and respected, they are more confident and motivated to learn. Supporting and celebrating cultural diversity. Supporting and celebrating cultural diversity help to create a positive and inclusive classroom community. English learners bring a value, language, experience, and cultural perspective that enrich the learning for all the students. A teacher can celebrate diversity through the cultural, responsive lesson, cooperative learning activity, and classroom project that allow students to connect the learning to their own backgrounds and experiences. For example, students may participate in a cultural presentation, multilingual reading activity, and family heritage project. Teachers can also create a multilingual classrooms displays and encourage the students to share the traditions, stories, and experience from their culture. School may also organize a cultural events or a family engagement activity where the family can share the food, music, traditions, and stories from their cultures. These practices help the students feel respected and valued while promoting empathy, cultural awareness, and positive relationship among the students. Strength needs and identity of the EL students. Every English learner has a unique strength, identities, experience, and educational needs. Some English learners may also have the special learning need that is require additional support and accommodations. Because of this, teachers should use the differentiated instruction to provide a multiplied way for students to access the learning and demonstrate understanding. Effective strategy include sentence frames, visuals, graphic organizer, modelings, and a small group instruction. For example, some students may better demonstrate understanding through the speaking, visual, or collaborative activity rather than only writing assignments. Teachers should focus on a student's strengths and ability instead of viewing the language difference as a limitations. Building the positive relationship and understanding the student individual identity also help the teachers provide the instruction that is inclusive, supportive, and meaningful. Social and emotional need of the ELs. Supporting the social and emotional need of the English learner is just as important as supporting academic growth. Many ELS students may experience anxiety, frustration, or feeling of isolation while learning a new language and adjusting to a new school environment. A teacher can support the student emotionally by creating the safe and welcome classrooms where the mistakes are viewed as a normal part of the learning. Positive encouragement, practice, and relationship buildings help the student feel comfortable practicing in a classroom activity discussions. For example, a teacher may allow the students opportunity for practice idea in a small group before speaking in front of the entire class. This helps reduce anxiety and building confidence. When the students feel emotionally supported and respected, they are more likely to practice communications and succeed academically. Classroom routine and procedures. Clear classroom routines and procedures are especially important for the English learners because they are create a structure, consistency, and emotional security. Teacher can support the EL student by using the visual, modeling step-by-step direction when teaching, routines and expectations. For example, visual schedules, classrooms labels, and demonstrate example help the student better understand classroom procedures. Consistent routine also support the language development because the student repeatedly hear or practice important classroom vocabulary and academic language throughout daily activities. When the students know what to expect and feel safe within the classroom environment, they are more willingly to participate, communicate, and engage in the learning activities. Fund of the knowledge and language learning. Family and community practices, also known as a fund of the knowledge, play an important role in the language learning and student success. Family brings a valuable knowledge, tradition, experience, and cultural perspective that can support the classroom learning. Teacher can strengthen the learning by connecting instruction to the student's home experience and cultural backgrounds. For example, a student may share the family story, tradition, or community experience during the classroom discussion and assignments. Recognizing a fund of the knowledge helps the teachers view the families as important educational partners and encourage as a asset-based approach to learning English learners. When students are able to connect the classroom learning to their personal experience, learning becomes more meaningful, engaging, and culturally relevant. Family, community, and school partnership. A strong family, school, and community partnerships are essential for the supporting the success of the English learners. Family should feel welcome, respected, and included within the school community regardless of the language differences. A teacher can build a positive partnership by maintaining a respectful communication and providing the support such as a translate material, bilingual newsletter, interpreters, and also the family conferences. A school can also create the opportunity for the family involved to the literacy night, parents workshop, classroom volunteering, and cultural events. When the schools and family work together, students receive the strong academic, emotional, and social support both at homes and at the school. Inclusive community engagement practices help the schools build a meaningful relationship with the families and community organizations. A school can partner with the libraries and community centers and the local organization to provide the educational programs and resources that support the English learners and their families. For example, a school may offer the family literacy nights, tutoring program, after a school support, or cultural celebration event that encourage family participations and community involvement. This activity helps the family feel connected, respected, and supported within the school community. When the school and family and community work together, English learners receive the strong support that contribute to the long-term academic and emotional success. In conclusion, cultural responsive teachings and a strong home and school connections are essential for the supporting English learner academically, socially, and emotionally. English learners bring the value, language, cultural experience, and perspective that should be viewed as a strength within the classrooms. A teacher can support the student success by creating inclusive learning environment, building a positive relationship, and using instructional strategy that respect the student identity and cultural backgrounds. A strong partnership with the family and community also play an important role in a language development and a student's achievement. By valuing diversity and implementing asset-based practices, educator can create classrooms where all the students feel respected, included, supported, and empowered to succeed.